because someone has a very slow PC. Still loading. Still loading. There we go. Still loading. Still loading. Halfway done loading now. Halfway, going there, getting there. Yes. Fully loaded. Come on. You can do it. Any second now. Come on. And off we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the game has loaded, and welcome to Game 2 of the round 3 of the lower bracket of the in StarCraft.de Invitational, as sponsored by IDO.de. So, lag, ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the left-hand position of Core Hull Citadel. Playing as the Red Terran, we have Morrow. And spawning in the bottom, trying to find your vision, there it is, in the bottom position as the Pink Zerg. Playing for Team Acer and currently 1-0 up in this series, we have Bly. Yay. I miss your yay. What happened to your yay?
The soundboard is playing it for me, man.
Oh, did you actually have a yay on the soundboard?
No, I'm like cheering. I've like a massive crowd cheering right now. It's amazing. You don't even know.
Oh, I can't wait for the replay on this. This is either going to be the best or the worst thing of all time.
Maybe both.
I'll have to watch to find out what. Oh my god.
Really drone squad, by the way.
It is, but yeah, for those of you who missed it, who missed the last game, lucky you. It was a 49-minute epic where Morrow sort of took that position and then died.
Morrow was behind for such a long time, and Bly just tossed army after army at
He swapped
Bly.
tech, I think. We'll have to do like a tech count in the bottom left-hand corner at some point.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times he did a tech switch at tier 3. And it still wasn't enough. Morrow was holding strong so far. And it all started with Morrow's push at just before Bly hit tier 3. He tried to do a push. He wanted to hurt Bly and tried to get him done while he was still working on, of course, finishing at tier 3. Didn't work at all. Morrow's army, his army got devastated. The Vester, the Fungals were way too strong. The Roshi were out in good number. He didn't get anything done there. Unfortunately, from there on out for Bly, he wasn't able to capitalize on anything. Morrow had just a huge food deficit to make up for, but with amazing Seeker missiles, with just amazing play, with amazing tank positioning as well. He really managed to just beat down army after army of Bly until finally, we had equal food counts, super late game, and Morrow basically is not mining anything anymore. All the bases he had is mined out. Meanwhile, there's almost a map split. Bly has one more base. So basically, Morrow says, well, I need to push in now. And he gets the base from Bly, and he can almost mine, but it's just not enough. Bly finally manages to overwhelm him by doing drops into the main and killing off the production. And only then do we finally see Bly take the victory. And I gotta say, both players just played an excellent game.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some sort of all-in or cheese out of either of these players, because they are probably exhausted after that.
Yeah, on the other hand, having that endurance is huge. I know from Morrow mass games more than anyone. Well, especially except maybe Stefano, who says he doesn't mass game, but we all know he really does. No, Morrow is able to just get so many games. So many games in every single day. It's really impressive. This guy has more stamina than most. I'll tell you that much.
I agree. And while we're in a pause, we have a bit of a question in the chat. What do you think of Swarm hosts, Martine?
I think they're pretty good.
From the little we've seen of them.
But they're very, very hard to utilize in this matchup if your opponent goes mech, just because the tanks with that range, with single scanning, you're losing all your Swarm hosts because they don't sponge up much damage.
No, they're good at breaking siege lines, like absorbing the shots for the rest of your units to get in, and they're good to slow down your opponent's advance. Like in the last tournament we did with in StarCraft.de, what Destiny did is he would burrow his swarm host, send the locust at his opponent, unburrow, move back, reburrow, and would just retreat with swarm host, which gave him enough time to build units. But he still died, so unlucky.
Yeah, it's a good delay tech definitely. But if you're on the offensive, it's very hard to get your Sormos burrowed, get the locust out and unburrowed and move forward again, and not get completely shelled to all hell by a tank.
Yes. Plus, there's so many ways to get detection nowadays for every race. It's very difficult to get away with using swarm hosts.
The big advantage of having the swarm hosts is that you have them a little bit earlier. You don't have to
Yeah, they're
wait
quite
until
easy
Broodlords.
to tech up to. You get them before hives. So.
Yeah. Broodlords are of course much better than swarm hosts in this matchup. It's just the way it is.
Yes.
So once you get into the late game, swarm hosts don't really serve a purpose anymore. They're kind of they kind of serve the same purpose in as Broodlords, you could argue. So, it's a good addition to have them, and they deserve to be in the game, but their usefulness is very, very limited in time, basically.
Yes, they get a bit less useful. Like the idea of the Battle Hellion, or now the Hellbat, was to make it so the Hellions were viable late game, and it's worked. Whereas the Swarm Host was introduced as sort of a siege breaker for Terran, and it isn't really used for that. It's sort of used for breaking down walls and entrenched positions, which is sort of like a siege breaker, but it's much more used now as a delay tactic.
Meanwhile, Morrow moving out with a few Marines, maybe hoping to just catch something. He's not going to find a third down at least. Meanwhile, he's maybe looking for an Overlord or something, but the Overlords are very, very safe right now. There's an Overlord actually floating towards his natural right now.
Absolutely, he knows that
I
is
like
dead.
this.
Oh, yeah, this is
He's
nice.
bunker
He's
up
going.
the third.
He's going to throw the rocks down and bunker it up, so there's no chance that Blight is going to be able to take that expansion.
I wonder
So
how Blight's going
very
to
nice
react to that, because that's not something I've seen happen in Heart of the Swarm quite yet.
The only way he really can react is to get some lings out or some roaches and to take down the destructible rocks at his other possible third.
Yep.
Why did he cancel that bunker?
Because he doesn't even need it anymore as the rocks are up. I mean,
No, that's true.
Why would you let the bunker finish there and let your Marine sit there? And yeah, not really good.
I'm surprised we don't see this more.
I guess a salvage could have been working as well. It's fine. Oh,
True, but I'm surprised we don't see killing that collapsible rock tower a lot more.
yeah.
You'd think it would be quite common because it is a delay tactic, but people seem to ignore them.
Yeah, I think it's matchups mostly. Terran can get a few Marines out, but if Zerg just makes a bunch of lings early on, catches those Marines, then it's not a pretty sight. Things are going to go downhill from there very, very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. But now Morrow's going to be able to get his third base down, which is going to mean that he is economic-wise ahead of Bly, which is really good for him. And we are seeing Lair on the way for Bly at the moment. There comes the command center down for Morrow, and Morrow basically has the opponent contained now with a Widow Mine and a Hellion. And there are Banshees on the way, which are going to be great for harassing his opponent. He'll have him contained for at least a while,
He's
and
stopping
he's going to be
creep
able to
spread
do
as
some
well.
damage.
I think he can see creep tumors, right, if they're close enough.
I'm not sure. I think Widow Mine's going to shoot at cloaked units, but I'm not sure if they detect them. I'm not actually sure on this one.
Yeah, me neither. Haven't seen it utilized like this.
We need the wiki.
Yes.
Basically,
Or
attacks by launching missiles at enemy ground, air, and cloaked units. I don't think that means it can see them.
it's unclear.
We'll find out if he sends out a burrow approach, I guess.
I guess this is a building, so it's a structure type, so it might not be able to. Ooh, nice
Great.
transfuse there at the last second.
Keep live, pulling it back, keep it alive that little bit longer. Hellion's doing so much damage, though. One of them does go down, though. Banshee taking a lot of damage now, needs to pull back a bit. Throws down the scan, so it's pretty much definite that he can't see them with just the Widow Mine.
Oh, well, he didn't have vision because they were too far away, but I thought he might be able to take them out. But then again, it says units and not structure, right? And I guess,
Exactly. Oh, Nidus!
Structures.
I love that new pop-up. I love that pop-up. It's so useful. But is that starport in range to see it, actually?
It should be. Yep, he is in range, but he's not
You
reacting
can
quite
see it,
yet.
but is he paying attention? Where's his army?
there's
There's
aliens.
his army. The timing. Here come
Too
the
late.
roaches pouring out of there. There's no escape for
Too
them
late.
now, but these roaches will engage. The Hellions, there's almost nothing there. This Banshee will be able to kill them off, but it will take way too long. In the meantime,
Yep.
these roaches are going to go into the natural expansion and do so much damage.
This
This
might
is
just-
great play by Bly.
Yeah, this is going to be extremely tough for Morrow to deal with. He's got another base, which might help him, but oh my god, there's the Nidus Flare going down as well.
Absolutely. He's at all the bases now, and the mining is being denied here so well. We're seeing Hellbats that be on the way. SCVs do pick off that Nidus Swarm, and there is still a Roach in his expansion, and there's Lings killing off SCVs as well. Another Nidus Swarm going down. 5 Roaches in production, so he's going to be able to get rid of this. This tank will go down. SCVs are being pulled to try and help defend against this. This is all the Roaches that are left in the main, but there's more just going into the third base right now. This is such great play by Bly. He now double his opponent's supply. Lings pouring out that Nidus as well. This is great by Bly.
Yep, this is it. I mean, the damage done already is so massive. He's down to 16 now. Sorry, almost 16. 17 SCVs to be correct, versus 49 drones. I mean, even if he kills off everything that Bly really has, it might just not be enough. And look at that, Nidus next to the main, in your face.
Yeah. The Mana Nidus, and here come the Lings. Oh, great play there, lift. Oh, the Widowmite gets all of the Lings.
Damn.
That could be a game changer. I think he was trying to get those Lings in as those SCVs went in, but it was not in time. He's now trapped out of his opponent's base, and this another Nidus Worm goes down. Jesus Christ, that was close. That might have saved Morrow's game right there.
On the other hand, he's so far behind economically now. I don't see it happening. I mean, the 16 Roaches are enough to deal with a counterattack. Because let's face it, there's some Widow Mines, there's 2 Hellions, there's a tank, there's some Marines. It's not enough.
This is
So
true,
really,
but-
Morrow is in a horrible position. Then again, we've seen him in a horrible position last game as well, and that took 40 minutes.
But if we're going by last game, the question is not whether Morrow can come back from this, it's how long until he realizes he can't come back from this.
Now, how long it takes Bly to actually deal the finishing blow?
Yeah.
Because
There is a
the way
fault
Morrow
on the
played,
way as well.
it wasn't a matter of Morrow not being able to get back from this. Morrow was doing everything right. It was almost getting back into this, and Bly wasn't able to actually use the advantage well.
This is true. This is very true. Bly finally is going to take his third base, though. Took him long enough, and a fourth base at the same time by the looks of it. Throwing down his third base, which is currently under attack from, I think, a Hellion or Marine, and Nidus Worm.
He's going to have so many roaches there actually trying to go in.
Absolutely. And the Banshee that was attacking the third base does go down. Oh, worst timing imaginable.
Too late
Now
anyway.
that CV is going to have such a bad day. A supply depot will get covered in creep and go down. The majority of these SCVs will get killed off. So many roaches in this main. Siege mode is not complete yet. Widowmite does quite a lot of damage, but forces the lift up. In the meantime, he's just going to expand everywhere. He still has almost double his opponent's supply. Tunneling Claws is on the way as well. This is looking horrific here for Morrow. He can't mine from his third base either, whereas Bly is about to be on a 3-base economy. This is not looking good at all.
No, he's going to have a tough uphill battle. He's going to have to utilize the small mech force he has to perfection. To perfection.
This is true. He needs to use perfection, kill off these units here. He's shuffling his way forward, going to be able to get in range with that tank, do some damage. Roach is moving forward. Now is their chance, trying to do the damage needed, killing off one tank. No, that tank does live, killing off a couple of the Hellbats. But wow.
Holy shit, the physics on that, man.
Where did that come from?
That roach said
front
fly.
door. Fly depots were lowered down. That is so bad for Morrow. This is probably the end of the game. There's some SCVs chilling down the bottom, trying to stay alive. Roaches are everywhere right now, using their tunneling claws to the advantage. Finally killing off all of these tanks. One of them will live, but in the meantime, these roaches are just killing everything. They're just going to shuffle under this army right now and pop up and kill off the remaining tanks. This is not looking good. When will they pop up? Oh, bad day for that SCV and bad day for that tank. However, Widowmites are about to finish up, do quite a lot of damage here.
Yeah, really hitting one of the roaches that was just far apart from the other ones. Shame. Any other roach would have done more damage if it had gone after them.
Yep, absolutely. The second Widowmine was able to kill off a roach of its own, but if they both managed to hit the big group, it would have been much better. But in the meantime, These roads are just going to walk stride into the main base. They do take a hit from the Widow Mine, but it's only 40 damage, except for that one roach that did die. But in the meantime, the expansion's been lifted up again. There's still no mining here for Morrow. 32 lings, 9 Mutalisks on the way. If these roaches don't kill Morrow first, it looks like the Morrow will be able to hold this off barely. Nida's in the back. That's where those lings are going to come from. This is going to be horrific. The Mutas, GG.
GG.
But that means
Good luck
the
in the turns.
party is going to go play AI's Real in the losers bracket final, and the winner of that will go on to play Sage.
What a series. I feel like I need to smoke and I don't even smoke.
Oh my god. That was some. I've seen Nidus Worms being used a lot more lately, and I love it.
Yep. Yep, it was quite a matchup. I gotta say.